Welcome to Hope Channel International. In this video, listen to Magdalena as she recounts how Jesus gave her hope to cope with a painful loss.
My marriage lasted for 18 years. My husband did not work. All he did was gamble. My son would ask me for something to eat, but we didn't have any food. At that time, I became desperate. As I was expecting my second daughter and could not find a job due to the pregnancy, oftentimes the local thieves who would rob the supermarket noticed that my husband only gambled and didn't work. The thieves would bring me food to feed my son and I. My son was a wonderful kid. He would often tell me to hold his hand when walking in order for me not to fall down. One day, I remember that his father and I had a big argument, but I still needed to go to church since I had my responsibilities. My son encouraged me to go, telling me that he would fix me some salad and juice for when I was back. He always encouraged me to go to church. One day, my son woke up sick. I had baked his favorite cake and he didn't want a slice of it. I found it strange since whenever there was a cake for breakfast, it wouldn't last very long. However, that day he did not want to eat anything for breakfast. After breakfast, I went to check on him and he was sleeping and moaning. I woke him up to see if he was in pain, but he said he was fine. My heart became tight. I went back to the kitchen to finish up what I was doing with my two daughters, and when I checked on my son again, he was moaning even louder. I said, "That's it. Son, you tell me you are doing well, yet you are moaning. We need to go see a doctor." Once we got to the hospital, they did an x-ray on him, only to find out that he had double pneumonia. That day he spent the night in the hospital. The following day he was transferred to another hospital, to the ICU, passing away within a few hours. The funeral service happened within 2 days of his passing. After the funeral, my ex-husband's family wanted to go to another city instead of coming straight home, and on that car ride, we were involved in a car crash. The car that I was in with my two daughters flipped. All I remember thinking at the time was, "Lord Jesus, please cover us with your blood," and I passed out. When I woke up, the car was completely upside down, with all wheels facing up, and I was leaning against the car. All I could hear was the yelling in the middle of the nearby field as bystanders were looking for others who were in the car with us, including my youngest daughter. I was in denial. I thought I was having a nightmare. I had just buried my oldest son that day, and as we returned from his funeral, now my youngest daughter is missing, as the accident threw her far away from the car. Once my daughter was found, she was in critical condition and did not survive the accident. The pain in losing two kids was driving me insane. I had to take medication to control my conditions. Otherwise, I would go every evening to my son's grave to be close to him because I couldn't fall asleep. My daughter's grave was further away, so I wouldn't go there often. I tried to commit suicide several times. I lost everything. Once a school principal, I ended up living in the slums of Brazil. One day, in that poor, small home with a simple TV, I thought, "My God, I'm here in this miserable situation. Allow at least one channel to work on this television for me to watch something to distract my mind." At that moment, I got the remote of the small TV, and a channel came up. There was a pastor preaching a beautiful sermon about Jesus. The teachings were different, yet I enjoyed it so much that I wouldn't turn off the TV, neither at day or night, in fear that I would lose this channel. I would be tuned in 24/7 to this network. That's when I started to truly meet Jesus. I requested the Bible study, but even after that I still wasn't at peace. However, once I did the Bible study on the great controversy, my mind was opened. I was now able to understand the mysteries of Revelation and to understand what the church, woman, and all those symbolisms meant. This study allowed me to have a deeper understanding of the Bible, helping me decide to continue wanting to go in this direction. I got baptized, and I started to know Jesus. There's a Bible verse that is engraved in my heart, John 8:32, which says, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." It set me free from the fears of the world, fears of hell. It set me free from my fear from God and placed God's love in my heart, a love that makes me grateful for everything that He has done for me and can also do for you. He can take away all the pain that you are suffering. He can transform your life. Today I've learned to love the Lord thanks to Hope Channel Brazil.